Well, hey guys, here we are. You're looking at it. Yeah, that's it. This is it. This is the whole thing. This is a Pro Plus. This entire thing. What is this? This is, hang on. This is like 2 3/4, right? By what do we have here? By 6.5. Well, I need a slightly bigger ruler for this part. By 11 inches. This is our whole Pro Plus box. This is Steve's Pro Plus box, because he's the dude that pays for this box for us. But here we are, April 2021. And I'm just looking at this box going, for the love of all that is Pro Plus, what could they have stuffed in this box to make it Pro Plus worthy? So, your guess is as good as mine. But I'm still moving on my wine adventure, trying to be fancy. I want to be a knight of the realm. So, we're going back, way back in the history of the channel. We've got a Kershaw compound. If you can find one of these today, buy it. I doubt you can. Y'all ready for this? Mission 74. Tato, I know, you're huffing and puffing over there. You're worried, I'm worried too. I thought this was like a soda can at first. Okay, let's do this. Well, there's a lot of stuff out here, right here. Look at all this. This is the Pro Plus. Don't forget this. And all right, so I have to throw it out there. We've gotten something like this in another box, and I can't remember what it was, but I gotta say this stuff actually really works. I have tested it out. All right, we'll get to it. So we've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items in the whole thing. Did I count this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay, no more wine before unboxings. We've got a couple of these things for new stat. We've got micromend instructions for use. Oh, pictures. Yay. Wow, they put this in? Okay, that's cool. This is cool stuff. This could replace stitches. This is good stuff. I hope you have a very clean wound when you put this on. Otherwise, you're sealing bacteria straight in, but we'll get to that. So, not a lot of stuff, but a couple of the items already look pretty cool. Let's check out what we've actually got as we go through Mission 74 and put it in our piles. I'm gonna remove stuff from the table right now so that we can actually look at it item by item. This is our Fox Edge is not the same as Fox Knives, by the way, just so you know. So it's Mission 74. Spring is upon us, and it typically gets the blood flowing. Is that a joke for the blood control, the bleeding control stuff? Okay, that's funny. So, Battlbox, real quick. I've got to do this as quick as I can. If you don't know about Battlbox, what are you doing here? But okay, but that's cool. So, Battlbox comes in 4 different levels. We've got the basic, we've got the advanced, we've got the pro, we've got the pro plus. When you buy one level, you get that level and everything that comes before it. So, if you get the basic, you're just getting basic. You get the advanced, you get advanced and basic. You get the pro, you get all of the above. And if you get the pro plus, you get the knife of the month, or the tool of the month, as it may be, and then everything else that goes with it. I used to subscribe to the Pro Plus only because I got it because I was paying for the knife of the month and everything else. I would not have subscribed to it if it wasn't for that Pro Plus level. I want to make that clear. So, we are going to be looking at this Pro Plus box, and we're going to take a look at everything in it and see what they've got for us. So the first thing we're looking at here is we're looking at the new stat Hemostatic gauze dressing. Now, hemostatic, that is a fancy medical word. Hemo having to do with blood. Static meaning fucking stop it. So basically, this is almost like a quick clot type thing. Quick clot, similar product, impregnated gauze pad. And I'll tell you what, this stuff does work. So this is actually a pretty good thing. Now, this is not the kind of thing, getting into field medicine, that you want to waste on a simple abrasion or a minor laceration. This is the kind of stuff that you use when someone has some serious bleeding. I'm not going to open this because Steve is going to put this in a trauma kit, a first aid bag, whatever, and he is going to go to leave it. This is not, this is sterile inside. So we're not going to look at it further. As you see on here, you open it up, and you can actually shove this into the wound. Now, you do not remove this from the wound. You wait for somebody in the hospital to do that. Because what this does is it's got some chemical in there that accelerates clotting. If you were to then, rip it off, you're doing more damage. You're ripping away the clotting factor that you've already started to induce with this. You can always wrap over on top of it, but once you put this on, you don't take it off yourself. And then you would use this as an adjunct with whatever other bleeding control methods you use. Now, they say you can use it with minor cuts, lacerations, punctures, abrasions. I personally wouldn't. I would save this in your bag for the serious stuff that cannot be controlled by regular first aid bleeding control methods. I would use this for some hemorrhage stuff. They say it's $25.95. I don't know if you can find it for more or less, but the medic in me likes this. This is better. The old quick clot, the original quick clot was actually like a powdery substance that you had to pour in, and it was activated by any liquid, not just blood. So if you got it personally, if there was a windy day and you got it in your eyes, it would start trying to clot stuff in your eyes or in your mouth, and it burned, by the way, too. Not like burned on fire, but like a burning sensation. So I knew a couple brothers downrange who, tried to do the movie magic thing, ripping it open with their teeth. That's what was free. They ripped it open with their teeth, and some of the powder blew right into their eyes, and then they had eye trauma they had to get taken care of at the hospital, too, and it's not pretty. So having it in a gauze pad form like this is a lot better than the original quick clot we used to use downrange in the powdery form. So this is, I gotta put this in, I like it. When was the last time Battlbox, first item out of the gate, we put in, I like it. $25 might seem expensive. I know, but it's medical gear, and this literally could save a life. So I'm gonna put that in, I like it. I hate the fact that I like it in Battlbox, but I like it. Next, we've got Micromend Skin Closure Device. And you know what? They're only sending us one of these. Oh, it's got two. This could, like I said, this is something that they have out there. Now, I have not used them personally, but I've seen them used. And it's pretty amazing. I mean, it's really cool. And they can take the place of sutures and stitches in certain circumstances. Now, I'm gonna tell you this again. I am not trained on the use of these. I can stitch you up in certain circumstances. I don't apply these. I'm not trained to apply these. So I'm going to look at the instructions with anybody, with all of you guys, with everybody else. Use the two Micromend devices. Use of the two Micromend devices can close a wound 1/2 inch to 1 inch in length. So not that big. Which, depending on where it is, that's enough to kill you. Now, what they don't tell you about this is, so here we go getting into the medical stuff again, which I hate doing. But, so when you get stitches, a lot of people don't realize this. On the movies, you only see the surface stitching. And that's to put together the layers of skin on top and the fatty layer underneath. But very often, you need to do subcutaneous. That's below the skin. If there are blood vessels that are ruptured, no more wine before unboxings. If there are blood vessels that are severed, sometimes medical folks actually need to go in and reconnect those blood vessels. And we'll use different kinds of sutures. We'll use soluble sutures, sutures that will dissolve in the body over time to reconnect those. Sometimes muscle fibers underneath actually need to be debrided. You need to cut off damaged portions and make a cut off jagged, lacerated parts to make nice even. You want to stitch evenly, especially internal in the body, and then bring those tissues together and stitch them together. So a lot of times it's not just the surface. You need to stitch underneath, the tissues underneath. And so these are excellent if you just need a surface closure. But I will warn you, if you're thinking about using these, you need to take into account how deep that wound is and what is going on underneath it. Because you could use these and you could get to an emergency room for further care and they could just rip those suckers right off and say we need to go in and do some internal closures and some wound debridement and stuff like that. And you might have, these could be excellent for shallow wounds that just are wide, or the difference between an incision and a laceration. An incision, when we say that, is a very clean, straight cut. A laceration, and think, when you think of incision, think a very straight, fine edge, right? Like a scalpel, like when they make an incision. When you think laceration, think jagged metal, think serrated blades, think what something like this might do to you, so you have like all torn apart skin. Incisions are generally very easy to fix. Lacerations are not so easy to fix because the skin doesn't always want to connect back to itself nice and easy. So what they very often will do, and you might see this in movies too, is they'll take those little tiny scissors and they'll snip off the jagged ends of the skin so that they can stretch and connect those nice even parts of the skin. And it helps the skin connect and grow back better. It also helps prevent a big nasty scar. If you want a big nasty scar, that's on you. I've heard chicks dig scars, feel free to comment and let us know. So these things are very useful, very good for a limited set of circumstances. And here they are. And I'm not, so when I say they're good, they are very good, but I would encourage you to read up on what they are good for and what they are not good for before you use them. I absolutely believe these things cost $21 somewhere. I don't fault them on the price for that at all. You might find it for less, $21.99. I would love to actually get some firsthand experience using these, but unfortunately, my pre-hospital medical days are over. I'm sure they use these in the ER as well, but I do like these. These have a great place where, you have basically for wound closures, you've got your standard Band-Aids, plastic strips. You've got butterflies, if you've ever seen butterfly closures. You've got steri strips. You've got stitches, and you've got these guys. So I would just very much encourage you guys to do a little bit of research on what these are good for and what they're not good for before you use them. I'm also going to put it in Like It, though. I'm just going to say that right there. And Steve, please give this a real good read when you get it. Sorry, I spent way too much time on the medical stuff, but you guys know I'm going to do that. You know I'm going to do that when you click on the video if there's medical stuff in it. You know what you get with me. Let's have another sip of wine. Okay. So first two items are medical related, small items, rather expensive, with relative size, but I think they have a great place in a trauma first aid kit. So I'm happy. Let's move on to something that I'm not so happy with. Okay. Rip Pack toothpaste. Powder activates without water. Rip the pack. Clean. Swish it around your mouth for 60 seconds and go. Dispose of responsibly. We mean spit it out. All right. Now, I have Steve's standing permission to open stuff up and take a look at it and stuff like this. I explained I'm not going to do it with these things because medical stuff needs to stay sterile, but this is not medical stuff. And I think I see that each one of these is individually wrapped. Rip, clean, go! And it's got an expiration date there. And I think that something like this, we can only evaluate by using one. And I have his permission to do stuff like that too. Hey guys, look what hat I'm wearing. Can you even tell with these bright lights on it? Jason said if this hat fit me, I could keep it. Because he probably has so many hats, he'd just toss it anyway. And it fits. Do you guys like it? Do you guys like the Smoky Mountain hat? I like it. It feels really good. It does. Okay, so. I'm going to test this thing out. So, rip, clean, go. Contains approximately 1 gram. So what's the street value of this stuff? Who knows? So we rip the pack, swish it around in your mouth for 30 seconds. It says rip here. Oh yeah, this looks like I'm about to like cook some heroin or something. I don't know what heroin really looks like, but I've seen some on TV. So. God damn it. No more wine before unboxings. I just dropped it and spilled it all over myself. All right. Weird. It's got a weird taste. The powder has a weird taste. But ugh. Powder has a weird taste. Slightly minty. Oh, that was a mistake. That was bad. Xylitol, sodium bicarbonate, citric acid. Ugh. I do not like this. I don't like this at all. Isn't sodium bicarbonate baking soda? That's what it is, right? Zinc sulfate and natural flavors. It tastes really weird. Yeah, it does make a little like swishiness in your mouth, but I personally think it tastes really weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's just me. Other people might think it tastes great. Blech. $14.99 for this. I'll just get a little disposable toothpaste thing. No, thank you. No. It's veteran-owned and operated, and I respect that. It's made with the warfighter in mind. Nobody wants to taste that. Combat's bad enough. Ugh. All right. And the last thing we have is the Gearade Revive-X Instant Water Repellent. I think it was the the Big D bag, maybe. So, listen, this thing actually does work. It really does work. This is $17.30. It doesn't work forever. It works for a certain amount of time. You know, like, sooner or later, your thing gets unwaterproof. But you spray it on, and it gives you... It really does... It's not waterproof, it's water repellent, like it says. But this thing... It works. It works better on certain fabrics than others. So, you know, you need to read it all and really figure it out. But I've tested it out. I've put it through its paces. I've worn stuff in the rain with it. I haven't, like, hose tested it or anything. But it does what it says, and it says what it does. And for $17, you can take, you know, just about any garment you have, with the exception of some fabrics and certain weaves, like a big thick knit sweater. It's not going to work so good on. But, you know, a lot tighter fabrics, it works pretty good on. And it will give you an element of water resistance. Sooner or later, it's, you know, stuff's going to soak through. But it will work pretty good for a time. So, simply the fact that it does what it says, and, you know, this has so many applications. You can use it, you put it on tactical gear, you can put it on hiking gear, you can put it on camping gear. You can use it like, look, if you're in a situation, prepping, bug out, survival, you want to make sure that you can stay dry, help you stay healthy, and just a little less miserable in any one of those situations. It can be worth its weight in gold, so I'm going to put it in I Like It. So, at the end of the basic box, we've got, I just want you to be able to see it. We've got 3 like it's, 1 don't like it. It really does not taste good at all. And that's actually for a Battlbox. That is fucking phenomenal. Look at that. We haven't had that in a long time. I'm really happy with that. So moving on to the advanced box, there's only one item. and it is the Nano Striker XL by Exotac. And you know what? I think I have one of these out of the package. So if I can go grab it instead of opening Steve's and just give him like something fresh in the package, I'm going to do that. So give me a second, please. All right. I don't know where my Nano Striker XL is right now, but I love this thing. Exotac makes really good stuff. And in fact, I think I did an entire unboxing and a little review of just this product once upon a time. So if you want to do a search on the channel to see it in actual action, you will see it actually being used. There's a little lanyard on the bottom of this that you can check out later. But this thing is actually a really well-made tool. Now this is $30. It is expensive, but it's all machined aluminum. And in here, you see there, it's weatherproofed. It's got an O-ring. So you've got number one, you've got a removable and replaceable ferro rod, and you can, as this thing wears out, you can replace it. They come in different colors too, so you can order them in all different colors. Here is your striker, and you see it's got that little shape there. And you can then screw this on here so that you can hold it better. And this thing will strike on the angles, on the edges there. And it's lightweight, it's a good rod. You got to get through the coating. I'm not doing it super heavy because I don't want to set the room on fire, but reliable sparks, and it's, like I said, very lightweight. Now again, I wouldn't have done that if I didn't already have Steve's permission to kind of test stuff out, and Steve still has plenty of spark life in it. Totally sealed, like I said, waterproof. Carry it anywhere, it weighs nothing. And the handle part, that you can screw it into, has really nice texturing. I know that $30 is a little bit much for this kind of stuff, but they come with great warranty, like lifetime warranties, I think. It's all designed and made in the USA. And Exotac, this is just one of the things Exotac makes, by the way. Exotac, I love just about everything that Exotac makes. So this, I am actually going to put this, and I like it. Because I've used this in real life, and it never fails me. It's a really good fire starter. So we're gonna put that right there. Oh my God, what is happening with this box? I don't understand it, and I'm scared. All right, in the Pro box, we've got one item. Oh, don't worry, I'm not gonna like this. I can guarantee it. We have the A10 Apt Wallet, rail system, aluminum chassis, mil-spec bolts. Mil-spec sounds great to civilians. Terrifying to somebody that served in the military. Adapter compatible and RFID secured back. And it's black. I've never liked these kind of wallets. But it's got a cool box. Guess what? You can make a great fire starting kit out of this box. Right here. Let's see. So what do we have here? So it is aluminum. It's got some weight to it. It's got a little lanyard. That's cute. It's got all sorts of instructions. You should never need instructions for your wallet. Are these all cards to test it out with? So I guess you put, ID card up front. I don't have any good cards to use to show you this thing in action. I mean, I can't just throw a debit card or a credit card in there with the number showing. I'm not going to put my ID in there. It has a sliding plate. Where's the sliding plate? Is this a sliding plate? Do you have to unscrew it to slide it? I don't know. This is not a thing that I don't like these metal wallets. I don't. Oh, you can slide cards in there. I don't like these metal wallets. I just don't. I don't know if you guys do. Maybe some of you out there do. It's got an RFID blocking backplate with a push notch. So you can push your cards up. That's nice. And then you can put one card or ID in the front. Dedicated open card or adaptable A10 accessory. They have adaptable A10 accessories. That's great. That's awesome. I'm glad to know that. Makes me feel a lot better about the world. I don't know. They say this thing is $79. This is a $79 piece of aluminum right here. So it can transform into all sorts of stuff if you buy all the accessories. So I'm gonna put this one in don't like it. You know what I like better than anything on the wallet is the little tin it comes in, because of what you can do with it. Put this thing. Here you go. You can have this back. Or does it go like that? Yeah. I would have absolutely no use for this. I hope Steve does. I don't know. That can nestle right there neatly and don't like it. And then we have one item left in the Pro Plus box, and it's the knife of the month, and it's the Fox Edge Atrax. So now, Fox knives and Fox Edge are not exactly the same thing, and you need to know that before we look at it. Let's take a look at the box so you can see some differences there. Oh, they hope you won't notice what that is. I have all this Fox Americas and stuff on there. All right, class. Who wants to raise their hand and tell me what PRC stands for? Anyone? Anyone? People's Republic of China. No. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying that in a bad way, because some very good knives come out of China. But don't try to skip it by us with your PRC instead of made in China. Don't try to scam us. So they say this has a value of $109. What do we got here? Okay, it's a warranty. Cool. Now, VG10 steel, which is very good steel. I'm not opposed to VG10. I like VG10. VG10 has some great properties. Fairly well done G10. I think they could have done a little bit better on this. This kind of feels like they were machining this and then they just sort of stopped. Or is this on micarta? It has more of a micarta feel. This actually feels like more of a micarta than a G10. It looks like it too. So I take back my comment about the G10 not being worked, all the way, because this is definitely a G10 backspin. Yeah. So this actually feels pretty nice. So can you use this as a front flipper? No, you can't. It's just there. Or could you? No, you can't. Well, centering is perfect on this thing. Very nice flipper. It's actually nice and comfortable. It is pretty good. It's nice, almost a full flat ground blade there. You guys know how much I love seeing beautiful satin grind lines. That is a nice, I guess Warncliffe. Yeah, Warncliffe. It says Warncliffe. Just a beautiful EDC and utility blade. And I gotta say, I'm back to loving the knife of the month. It's got a great 2-finger lock right there. Jimping on the liner lock right there is a little aggressive. Definitely feel it in your finger, but that's going to help you hold on to it really, really well, because it's got a kind of a shorty handle, right? So it disappears. My pinky's not even on it, but the jimping there on the lock, and you can just feel it right there where your thumb goes, really lets you get a good hold on it, and you've got a good amount of maneuverability on that tip. If you wanted to get some really good maneuverability and really good control on the tip for fine purposes, I mean, your finger goes right into that choil, and you could really work this thing well. This is a nice choice for the knife of the month, and I've been a little disappointed recently. And wow, great action. This is a really, I'm very happy with this as the knife of the month. This is one that I wish I had, and I'm sad that I don't have one of my own. Great knife. For the size of the knife overall and the size of the blade, the thickness is really, it's a very nice choice, Good size, again, taking into account the thickness of the blade, and the overall size of the knife. The liner is a really good size there, not too big, not too small. It's got a really good connection, lots of real estate on the end of the blade there, and early lockup for what you get there. You can feel the bearings in action. Perfect one-hand mobility. I was going to say maneuverability again. And, you know, fidget factor is pretty good too, because you just play with this thing all day long and not get real bad hot spots. My middle finger, when I want to open it up, is digging into that clip a little bit. Not too bad. Feel the clip a little bit. Not too bad. Wish it was a deep carry clip, but, you know, we wish they all could be California girls, and we wish they all could be deep carry clips. Unfortunately, that's not always in the game plan. Love the contrast with the orange G10 and the OD green micarta. I'm pretty sure that's micarta. I don't know. Yeah. Beautiful design. And it's got, I don't know if you can see, it's got inset metal liners in those scales for stability. Great knife of the month. I don't know, maybe Battlbox is getting their swing back. Let's see. Whoa. Oh, yes. Well, I'm getting a little careless there. But beautiful. I couldn't feel this blade going through that money at all. I literally, like, I was just, that's why I got a little sloppy. I couldn't feel it passing through the paper at all. It was like it wasn't even there. This is a beautiful knife. This is a gorgeous knife. Small, EDC worthy. Love the blade. They lightened it up with those cutouts there. The action is perfect, crisp. This is one that I regret not having, and I might actually go buy one for myself. Very, very nice. So with the price of $109 even, you know, I don't know. Weight of 3.4 ounces, overall length of 6.9, and a blade length of 2.75. I gotta put this one in like it. It's so nice to be able to put the knife of the month and like it again. We got nothing in meh. So at the end of the day, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 7 items in like it. We've got 2 in don't like it. And that's kind of personal choice, personal taste right there. I'm not commenting on the quality of the items or anything like that. It's just I don't personally like the items. This could be a turning point for Battlbox, or it just could be pure dumb luck. Who knows? But I love it. I'm so happy with this Battlbox. I haven't felt this way about a Battlbox in a really long time. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel about this? I love the knife of the month this month. So I definitely want your guys' opinion. What do you think of this month? Better than previous months? Do you think it's going to stay this way? Do you think it's going to continue to improve? Do you think it's going to drop down again? Do you think it's just one good month? Like, what do you think? What do you think? I'm happy with this month's box. I wish I had my own. I wish I was still a member, but, you know, we'll have to see what happens in the future. But Steve should be happy. This is a great box. So, dying to hear from you guys in the comments what you think. So while you're commenting, please remember, I appreciate every single one of you, especially Steve, for providing us this fun. You are all absolutely awesome, and I'll be back again real soon.